Well, at least this film got that awful taste of Madam Web out of my mouth. Ugh. So Bob Marley, One Love is a brand new biopic film about the iconic reggae singer and songwriter Bob Marley. The film is directed by Reynaldo Marcus Green and it stars Kingsley Ben-Adir and Lashana Lynch. Like I said, the film is about the iconic Jamaican singer and songwriter Bob Marley as he overcomes adversary to become the most famous reggae musician in the world. So going into this movie, I went in thinking that the movie was going to go over the entire livelihood of Bob Marley. Like everything going from his childhood, to him meeting his wife, to him getting into music, and to him creating one of the most iconic albums with the Wailers, known as Exodus, and then later on leading up to his passing. And the movie kind of does that, but not really. So the movie goes from the mid to the late 70s, so later in Bob Marley's career, and although we do get flashbacks of him as a kid and him meeting his wife during their younger days, the movie predominantly takes place later in his life. Now, I have my thoughts and my concerns about where the movie starts off, but before I even get into that, I want to talk about the good things about this movie first. And the first thing is Kingsley Ben-Adir as Bob Marley. I thought this dude was phenomenal as Bob Marley. To capture the essence, and not just as far as his accent, but as far as what he stood for, what he fought for, and how his music brought peace, justice, and prosperity. To play such a soulful person who represented peace, you had to really do your homework and your research on this man. And I believe that he played Bob Marley to the best and the fullest extent. And I do want to thank Kingsley Ben-Adir for going out of his way to being around Bob Marley's children so he can accurately portray their father to the best of his abilities. Because I feel like it would have been weird if he was playing Bob Marley and didn't have any type of guidance of how he should take on the role. You know what I mean? So him being around his children really helped out with that. And Lashana Lynch as Rita Marley was incredible. So whenever she is on screen and she is sharing the scene with Kingsley, their dynamic and their relationship really is the heart and the soul of this movie. And the movie was shot and edited very well. I don't really think there were any scenes that stood out to me the most, but as a whole film, it was pieced together very fluidly. And the music in this film is just cosmic, which I feel like it shouldn't be a surprise to really anybody. Like, it's Bob Marley. Why wouldn't it be? I think my biggest problem with this film is that the movie as a whole just felt short. So the movie is only an hour and 45 minutes, right? I feel like if we had got to see Bob Marley's life outside of music, like from his childhood, and see more scenes of him when he first meets his wife, and then him getting into music, I feel like if we had seen all of that leading up to Exodus and then later into his passing, that would have benefited this biopic way more. My thing is, I was eager for more. I wanted to see more of Bob Marley and his livelihood because listen, I don't know much about Bob Marley. I feel like I only know the highlights of his life as far as music goes. But everything outside of music, I don't know. And this is coming from someone who is much more on the younger side. And I'm someone who just, again, I don't know much about Bob Marley outside of music. But I would like to know more. And I wish the movie had gave us more. I have been seeing some reviews of people saying that this movie is lifeless and soulless. That couldn't be any more incorrect. Now, yes, the movie could be a disappointment for those who don't know much about Bob Marley, or they know more about Bob Marley, but wish that those events got told on screen. Okay, fair enough. But to sit up here and say this movie has no aura, and it is lifeless, it is soulless, and it is just a generic biopic, that is just factually incorrect. Like, I don't see how you can make that assessment. But that's just me. But overall, it is a fun and solid biopic, and Kingsley Ben-Adir and Lashana Lynch are just staggering. So, plugging Bob Marley, One Love, into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. But yeah, that is pretty much my review for Bob Marley, One Love. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Bob Marley, One Love. Did you love it? Did you hate it? How many times have you seen this trailer in the theaters? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.